Today I'm talking about leader standard work. And you say, Matt, you've talked about leader standard work. Now that's good because I'm going to go a little deeper into a bit more advanced discussion on leader standard work. Or maybe you're saying, Matt, what do you talk about leader standard work? And if that's you, I'd say go back and look at some of my LinkedIn feed and you'll find plenty of information on leader standard work. It's a topic I like to discuss often. Leader standard work, right? We're talking about our standards for leaders. We're talking about the process, yep, and the artifact for those standards. And I want to touch on some of the components that are very important to making it work, to getting it to work right. And certainly you can imagine that a big chunk of that is in the startup, the creation of your leader standard work. I like to use this four-level structure to think about what I want in my leader standard work, right? To make it valuable, all right? I need stability. Okay, well, what are the things that as a leader I need to do on a daily basis to create a stable organization, a stable team, a stable production day? That could be team meetings. It could be checking metrics. It could be things like any of those sorts of things. But I want to make sure I have some specific items in my leader standard work that covers that. Standardization, a recognition, right, that part of what I'm trying to do as a leader is create alignment across my team. Well, that means that I need to find places where there could be gaps, where I know there's gaps in handoffs and challenges that occur during the day, and make sure that there's specific action, specific tasks where I connect and align with members of my team and members beyond my team. The folks that maybe support my organization, the purchasing team, the inventory team, the order taking center, whatever that is. But I need to make sure that there are specific actions that connect me with those and that we have standard ways of working together, that we do it the same way every time. The next piece is improvement. And a huge component of the value of leader standard work is that I'm making time for improvement. Actually, both of these last two, improvement and development. Okay. So in improvement, I'm going to look for things like process audits, checks, validations that what I'm doing is working well, and that the processes that we're supposed to follow are getting followed appropriately. And so that's I'm making time for improvement. And then finally, development. That there's things in there that I'm developing myself, so that could be training. It could be coaching of my team. So I'm developing my team. And again, that I have specific items. Now, when I look at improvement and development, sometimes those may not be things I do every day. What I would say are everyday things in improvement are Gemba walks, certain process audits, not all of my process audits, those kinds of things. In development, probably most of the development items are going to be more weekly oriented, like coaching activities. They may be identifying opportunities to give feedback, and that could be a daily thing. There's enough things that happen during the day that I could provide feedback every day. So this is the first piece of value, that I have a strong leader standard work document, and I can look at it and I can go, it covers stability, it covers standardization, it covers improvement, it covers development. All right. That's the first step in creating value because now I have a document I can use. The second one is how I use the document. If I use it as just a straight up checklist, I'm not getting much value, and it'll last. We've deployed many leader standard work programs at this point. The ones that last are the ones that really engage with us in using this as an active, dynamic artifact of what went on during the day. What does that mean? It means when I reflect on those things that I checked off or those things that I didn't check off, I think about what I learned. So maybe I have 5S on there and I have to do a 5S audit. And I checked it off. I did my 5S audit. Oh, but you know what? I found out that the broom's missing and no one knows where it is. I'm going to make a note. The broom's missing. No one knows where it is. Maybe I'm doing timesheets, and I didn't get time to do timesheets today. I'm supposed to do them. I'm supposed to go approve everybody's timesheets, but shoot, I got too busy. All right, let me write down in my notes, why did I get too busy? What occurred? This becomes highly valuable and an artifact to say, in things like too busy, what are the things getting in my way? And does it mean that maybe we need more help? Maybe there's work that we don't need to do. That's something that we've always found when we put these together is people identify opportunities to either delegate or eliminate work. Okay. So that's the second piece of value, that I'm using it as a real-time dynamic tool to understand what's going on in my day. The third piece is a review. Now, some people that I talk with, they'll do one-to-one reviews between the leader and the person utilizing their leader standard work. And I don't want to take anything away from it. I think that's valuable. I find though, in the clients that we work with, we do it as a team. Why? Because I want all the team members, well, I want to create a little peer pressure to get everybody using it. But I also want the team members to use this as a point of collaboration. They're learning things. Remember, we're taking notes, right? We're logging issues that occur during the day. Those issues always are a connection point with other parts of the organization. So if I can have them all in the room together, we can resolve things real time. And again, we're getting value out of that leader standard work. When we get value out of leader standard work, people actually ask for it. They actually want to make sure that it's part of a regular check-in, right? And they want to make sure that they're actually getting it done. So what I want you to take away from this is, Leader Standard Work's a powerful program only when we really focus on those areas of valuable value. We have a strong document. We have a dynamic way of working with the document, and we have a regular cadence of reviewing it and sharing what we learn so that we can find lessons learned and further improvements. So I'm interested. Is that what you see? Is that how you use Leader Standard Work? Have you deployed Leader Standard Work and had any troubles? Tell me about it. Get some conversation started, and let's go solve some problems. Thanks.